You know it, I know it. We both know how magical and productive our days can be if our mornings are magical and productive too. But maybe you're a little bit off right now. It's back to school, it's online school, it's virtual school, it's homeschool, I don't know what's happening with school. It's a crazy time of year. Maybe you want to get back on routine and you're not sure how. Maybe you want to start a morning routine and you're not sure how. Maybe you know how magical mornings can be, but you don't know where to start. I got you. Let's talk about mastering your mornings. Let's talk about aligning your energy. Let's talk about connections and all the things that can help you create a magical day. If that sounds like something that sounds good to you, just stay tuned. Okay, so let's talk about mornings, but more importantly, let's talk about energy. I have been absolutely obsessed with the idea of energy and alignment for a while now, ever since I read Gabby Bernstein's book, Super Attractor, which I highly recommend if you have not read it. Get it right now, get it today. I've been obsessed with the idea of energy and aligning my energy, but also knowing that there will just be some people in this world with whom your energy does not align. And I was sharing this with my team of coaches last night. I was thinking about all the years that I taught group fitness. And sometimes people would come to my class and they would leave, sometimes in the middle of the class, sometimes afterwards, and they'd go write a comment card and they'd say, Julie's class is too hard. It's too hard. That's not true. My class isn't too hard for the people for whom my energy aligns, for whom my energy connects. Because for as many people who might have said my class was too hard, there were as many people saying, can you make your class even harder? I love it so much. I feel like I can conquer the world when I leave your class. And I had to learn to pay attention to the people and serve the people and help the people with whom my energy aligned. We connected because we both loved the vibe of the class that I was teaching. And the ones for whom it was too hard, that was totally cool. They weren't wrong. They absolutely were not wrong. I just wasn't for them. And I've been thinking about that a lot as I've been thinking about mornings, because I'm creating this series, this free tool around mastering your mornings. And I want to help you set your morning up to help you set your day up. And it's a weird time of year right now. We're going back to school, but for many of us, I have an online schooler right now. She should be in college. They had a 2-week quarantine, so she's upstairs right this very second as I'm recording this. She's upstairs on a Zoom doing class. One is down in a dorm also doing class on Zoom. One is in grad school doing class on Zoom. So I get it that it's not the traditional, because we're going to stop using the word normal because we're not going back to that. And we're creating a new normal. Yeah, we're creating a new vibe. So it's not the traditional back to school. And that might lend itself to, how do I even get back into my morning routine? And I feel that because when schedules feel a little more fluid, it can be harder when the alarm goes off to get up. Yeah. And I'm right there with you. And you really do just have to dig in and do it. And for a long time, probably a period of 4 months or so, the alarm clock going off at 4 a.m. really, really served me. That helped me create magic in my mornings. It helped me master my mornings, which helped me master my day. And then we got into summer and everyone was home. And it just, 4 a.m. didn't work for me. It wasn't serving me. It wasn't helping me feel confident and calm, which is what I think a morning routine should help you do. You might have other feelings that you want to come out on the other side of your morning routine with. I want to feel confident and calm and productive. 4 a.m. wasn't doing that for me anymore. So I've been playing with it. And once you kind of get out of the habit of super early mornings, even if you're a morning person, which I am, and which I want to align myself with other morning people, because I really believe people who are morning people get stuff done. I really believe that. And our energy is very similar. So similar to the people who loved my class when I would teach a live class, my energy vibed with them. My energy vibes with someone who's also a morning person. And I know there are people out there who want to be a morning person. So I'm sharing that I am digging back into that journey myself, because I was getting up at 4 a.m. for a long time And then I kind of got out of that habit and I started getting up at about 6. Well, even if you're a morning person, it can be hard to dial back that alarm. And I just committed on Monday of this week, when everyone's classes officially started, that my alarm was at 5 a.m. And there was no arguing in my mind. And you just have to do it for a couple days. And then all of a sudden you're back to your old habit. Because here's the God's honest truth. Once your feet hit the floor, when you say, Alexa, off. Don't say Alexa too loud. Once you say that, because I use her for my alarm, once you say that and you put your feet on the floor, you really don't know anymore what time it was. So when people would say to me, oh my gosh, how did you get up at 4 a.m.? Well, once I just said alarm off and put my feet on the floor and went to the bathroom and turned on the shower and got in, because I always shower every morning, that's part of my magical morning, my body and my brain really didn't know what time it was. And that helped set me up for a really productive and magical morning, productive and magical day. That no longer served me. So, I got up a little bit later, and now that no longer serves me. So I'm digging back into finding the rhythm again, as you might be as well. And sometimes, if you're like me, it can feel daunting. Like when I was getting up at 6 and I started thinking about, okay, I got to get back up at 5. You're like, which is so funny because I am a morning person and I believe so deeply in the power of the morning. But there is that very humanness that makes you kind of go, 5. And then you do it and you're like, oh, yes, 5. Because all of a sudden there's a little different rhythm. There's a little different groove. There's a little different flow. There's a little different vibe. And I want to help you find that, which is why I'm creating a tool called Mastering Your Mornings, which will be available very soon. But I also want to get really intentional about aligning with other people who want to get up early in the mornings and create a magical and productive day. And the more I think about energy and alignment, the more I work with my own life coach around energy, the more I read and journal and think about energy and connection, the more I realize everything really comes down to energy and connection. You and I both know those people that on paper you would think would never be your friend. And they are like your soul sister or your soul brother. They are family to you. And then you and I both know those people who on paper might look like, oh my gosh, they're probably besties, and you just can't hardly stand to be in the same room with them, and you're not always quite sure why. Well, it's their energy. And it's no different than the people who thought my class at the Y was too hard. My energy and what I was sharing didn't align with them, which didn't mean it was wrong. It doesn't mean it's wrong. And it doesn't mean that the world doesn't need it. It doesn't mean that your way is bad. It just means that there will always be people with whom our energy doesn't align. And the more time I spend on this planet, the more and more convinced I become. Energy is everything, and we don't have a lot of time really on this planet. And why would we want to spend any fraction of a second with anyone whose energy doesn't align with us, doesn't make us feel like we've known them forever, and doesn't make us feel like we want to be and do better? There are people in my life right now who, when I met them, I felt like I'd always known them. Like they'd always been a part of my life. And at the same time, their energy makes me want to be better. That's who I want to align myself with. And so when I think in terms of, fitness, I want to align myself with people who love that hard, sweaty, crazy workout. I love that. And I want to align myself with people who love that too, as much as they also love a bar workout and a yoga workout and affirmations and meditations and all that. I want those people too, because I align with that as well. I want to hang out with people who love a good morning routine. And I want to help people who can't quite seem to find that morning routine, because I know how important it is. And I want to sort of bring them into my fold, into my circle of loving mornings and loving morning routines, because I know that mornings are so magical. That's why I'm in the process of creating this tool called Mastering Your Mornings. and I want to hang out with morning people. If you're a person who really, really likes their cocktails and wants to go clubbing and dancing and partying until the wee hours of the morning and then sleep a little later and have your day that way, you're not wrong. I'm just not your person. Our energy probably doesn't align, and that's okay. The people that I want to work with, the people that I want to serve, the people that I want to help are the women, primarily, men too, but mostly women, who are searching for ways to get either back on track with their morning routine because they know it changes everything, that it creates magic in their day, or they have a morning routine and they want to dial it in a little tighter because they want an even more productive day, or they've not really ever been able to stay consistent with the morning routine, but they know that it could change everything for them and they want to. Like, those are my people who are connecting with and aligning with in some way the morning and the morning routine and using it to create a powerful, magical day. If you are a night owl, which is funny because I married a night owl. I know, isn't that crazy? I married a night owl. My husband, JV, the original JV, could stay up till 2 or 3 and sleep late, and I'm always like, what do you do? Grown-ups don't do that. And he's like, who made that rule? And like, I did. Grown-ups don't sleep till 10 a.m. But that is his natural rhythm, which is sometimes it's a pain point in our marriage because I'm like, dude, get up, let's go. And his way is not wrong. It works for him. And if we're someplace that he needs to get up, he is up. I mean, come on, he is running a football team, he is up. But his natural rhythm is he'd rather stay up later and sleep later. It's not wrong. It's just not my vibe. So when I'm thinking about who I want to work with, I mean, I'll keep him. He's a keeper. He's got a lot of other amazing qualities. But when I'm thinking about who I want to work with in a professional sense and who I want to help bring into my virtual fitness studio, who I want to mentor as a coach, who I want to help them build a business of impact and income, I want someone who digs the morning, who vibes with the morning, because I know our energy will align. I want that person who loves that really hard, sweaty workout because our energy will align. I want that person who wants to create a magical morning because it will help them create a magical day. Our energy will align. And that's why I'm creating a Mastering Your Morning series, because I want to help you if the morning is a place where you struggle. And I also want to find you if the morning is a place where you rock and you are looking for other people who love the morning. I want to find you because I want to share space with you because I know our energy probably aligns. And I want you to really think about, as you move through your days, I want you to think about, what do you love and who do you love to hang out with? And start seeking those people out. Are you obsessed with the notebook, pen, pencil, planner aisle at Target? Because I am. And if you don't love really cool notebooks and planners and stuff, our energies might not align. Isn't that funny? What about where you like to shop? Because I really love Nordstrom. Really, really, really love Nordstrom. I really love jewelry that has singular meaning. I don't like super expensive jewelry, but I like jewelry like this incredible bracelet that I bought for myself for hitting a big goal. And it's by an indigenous company, female-owned company, Native Americans, and called By Yellowtail. And this has a lot of personal meaning to me. So, what kind of jewelry do you like? If you like really unique, simple pieces like this, we have the same energy. You think that this kind of stuff is silly, or the Target planner aisle might be silly, but I really believe the more you dig into it, when you start thinking about the stuff that makes you, all your little quirks, all your little obsessions, all your little habits, the fact that I want my Adidas or my Nikes to match my workout outfit, that's not wrong. That's what makes me me. And I'm looking for more people like that because I want to surround myself with more people whose energy both makes me feel like I I've known them all my life and makes me want to be and do better. That's where I want to be. I want to share space with those people whose energy feels both familiar and inspiring at the same time. One of the best examples I have is my dear friend Robert. When we met for the first time, Jesse took a masterclass from him. We had no idea who each other was. And when we met for the first time, we both were like, wait, like, do I know you? It's because our energy was so aligned. And he is someone that when I am around him, when I'm in his presence, I both feel at home and inspired. It's the best kind of energy. And I think the people that love the hard, sweaty workouts, who loved my classes at the Y, we would have the same energy. The people who love a morning routine or want to get into a morning routine, we're gonna have the same energy. The people who love the planner aisle at Target, who love simple, meaningful pieces of jewelry, who love lip gloss, who love water out of a glass bottle, like all those quirky little, what you might think are strange or silly pieces of you, that's what makes you you. That's your energy. And everything is energy. And at the end of the day, who cares how old you are, how many kids you have, where you live, what your education is? Because if our energy is aligned, then let's do this thing. Let's hang out. Let's share space together and maybe create something really magical together. So be on the lookout for my Master Your Morning series. It is coming very soon. I'm super excited about it. Be on the lookout for a lot of posts of me talking about Disney, because my team and I are setting some big goals. And as we work towards those goals, we've got a trip to Disneyland on the horizon as our celebration, because whenever my coaches, my team, and I work towards big goals and we hit big goals, I take them to Disney to celebrate. We call it Diamonds to Disney, and we've gone 3 times so far, and every time is magical. Every time is different and cool and amazing and special, and the memories that come out of it, you can't even replicate. So be on the lookout for lots of talk about going to Disney. But most importantly, be on the lookout for people who have energy that both makes you feel like you've always known them and makes you want to be and do better. The energy is both familiar and it's inspiring. And then do everything you can to seek out those people, put more of them in your life, and get intentional about sharing space with them. Because I promise you, everything is energy, and the more you align yourself with people who get you, who get your vibe, the more you align yourself with the tribe that gets your vibe, the better your life becomes.